Tonight's headlines are brought to you in part by Coldwell Energy and McDonald's.
Tonight on the Channel 2 News, it's typhoon season. What can we expect in the coming weeks and months? Also tonight, United drops fares from Japan to the CNMI to unprecedented levels. Will it jumpstart Japanese tourism? And how do you lower energy costs and stay cool? Well, today was Drive-Through Fan Day as the power company conducted a giveaway. In sports, a unique challenge puts teams in uniforms and then takes them to the test. Stay with us, these stories and more, next.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Tonight we start the show with weather. Now sometimes we don't think too much about it. Our temperatures don't fluctuate much, and most days it's pretty beautiful here in the Marianas. Blue water, sunny skies. But when the weather turns, it can pack quite a wallop. How much time do we have until severe weather arrives? How reliable is that information? What should we do and when should we do it? CNMI Media Partners got a crash course in weather today in a workshop held at Lau Lau Bay with the National Weather Service. Weather is complicated. It's affected by water, temperature, land temperature, wind and current patterns, and faraway weather events. Forecasters say that outside of a week or so here, it can be very difficult to predict our weather. The NWS station in Guam uses radar and satellites to forecast our local weather, but a radar station in Guam doesn't see as well here in Saipan. Marcus Aylett is a warning coordination meteorologist.
Typhoon Pseudolor and Super Typhoon U2, those were major impacts on the islands here in the CNMI, and a lot of people were shell-shocked from the weather. Some were caught off guard, some did not expect the intensities. Typhoon Pseudolor, for example. We hear those complaints, we hear those reports, we see that information, and we want to make sure people know where to get our communications, where to get that life-saving information, and what to do with it.
In the Atlantic Ocean, airplanes fly into hurricane systems, part of a process that gives forecasters better information. That doesn't happen here, at least yet.
We hope to get that over here at some point, because that inside information from tropical cyclones is so critical to the observations, the analysis of storms, and their intensity.
How are we getting the weather information in this area if we're not using planes or just everyday weather? How do we get it?
Remote sensing is everything. We get our geostationary satellite information from the Japanese Himawari satellite. So that satellite, since it went up in orbit back in 2013, 2014, has provided so much better and increased data and capabilities of analysis of tropical cyclones. We get the visible imagery, the infrared imagery, the microwave data that pinpoints it goes inside the storm itself so we can see the inner dynamics. And so the information that has increased over the years has improved our capabilities to observe, monitor, and analyze tropical cyclones, especially as they develop in the region and upstream of the Mariana Islands. So we're always looking for that, but it's always that ground truth. What's happening at the ground, the surface, whether it's a data observation point from an airport or from a NOAA Hurricane Hunter if that's available. But we're always looking, we're pulling in information, analyzing storms. The Dvorak technique is a famous long salt way of analyzing storms based on their satellite interpretation and imagery.
We haven't had a super typhoon hit us since U2. What does the outlook look for the rest of this year?
Yeah, fortunately for 2022, we're expecting a below normal activity for the rest of this year. We are in the third year of a La Nina pattern, which has kept activity slower than average. So that's been good for us in the last couple of years, 2020, 21, and this year, all been below normal active seasons. However, once we go to an INSO neutral phase or El Nino phase, think back to 2018, 2015, those were busy years across the Mariana Islands. That's where we see more activity. The tropical cyclones typically generate farther to our east, and that puts us more in the target range of tropical cyclones, where they've already matured or are still maturing.
Now, the problem with 3 years of La Nina is our ocean levels in this area are elevated, and we've seen a lot of coastal erosion. Talk about that. Could we get another La Nina next year?
Well,
possible, or what's the outlook?
It's rare to have La Nina 3 years in a row, but here we are. It's rare but not unprecedented, and it's happened about 5 or 6 times since the 1940s. To go into a fourth year of La Nina, that's never been done. So most likely we're going to go more into an INSO neutral pattern, but we'll be analyzing that. We meet and discuss this with the Pacific INSO Application Center out of Hawaii, a large number of climatologists and scientists across the region, and in Hawaii that analyzes the climate, the data, the models, the long-range models and prognosis. We're looking at La Nina continue through the end of the year, but now we're looking at a gradual transition possibly to INSO neutral next year. That'll come into better alignment probably in early 23. But the La Nina pattern typically comes with increased sea levels across the Western Pacific. It's like a large-scale storm surge with this trade winds enhanced across the equatorial Pacific, pushing the water westward across Western Micronesia and Mariana Islands and the Philippines. So we're going to see those higher sea levels with the La Nina. Once we go to El Nino, the winds are more westerly at the equator. You tend to have more water sloshing eastward, so the sea levels will typically drop in El Nino. So we have those seasonal fluctuations of water levels, but in the background, climate change is also another factor that's not so much a problem with sea levels now, but keep in mind every inch of sea level rise over 1, 5, or 10 years makes flooding problems more pronounced and more frequent on the nuisance scale.
It's been 4 years since Super Typhoon U2 ravaged the NMI. The National Weather Service today presented in front of a mixture of media professionals who helped track and get the word out about weather. Homeland Security's Joey Delacruz.
This morning we had our natural hazards seminar and then the media workshop this afternoon. And really weather-wise, the past 3 years, it's been quiet, it's been calm. For some, it's been boring, like our forecasters, right? But that doesn't mean to let our guard down, even more to become complacent. So we're trying to get all our multi-agency coordinators, members, come in and exercise and train during the blue skies so we can respond more effectively, efficiently during the gray skies.
We know that severe weather is part of living in the NMI, but some years having a number of close calls can lead to not taking the potential threat as seriously as perhaps we should. Delacruz says storms move off their predicted routes and small movements can make a big difference.
And the media is really critical in being that megaphone to push out that one consistent messaging out to the community. So having these trainings and workshops, I believe, is critical to all partners and stakeholders.
Pseudolore kind of caught us bit by surprise. People were not expecting the force that came through, and so sometimes they mentioned in the workshop today the forecast is a guide, but it's not always a definition of what's going to happen.
Well, you're right. The forecast pretty much in our terms is a prediction. So, and we try to educate the community to always prepare for a level higher. And you're right. Going back to solar, it was such a small storm, but the impact was huge because it hit us directly. If it was just 20 miles north or 20 miles south, it would have missed us, but of course affected other islands. So just going back to 2015 though, prior to solar, we had about 8 to 10 smaller systems. And I believe that was one of the reasons why our community didn't really prepare for that big one, because it was just one of those, it was another storm around the area, should I prepare, should I not? But I'll tell you something though, after Solar, Mancud, U2, if anybody wants to come and write a catastrophic preparedness story on how to prepare for a storm, come to the Marianas, come to the CNMI.
The CNMI's warm climate can mean big air conditioning bills. Today, some relief for consumers as free fans were distributed outside the multi-purpose center in Susupe. The program continues through tomorrow. CUC says bring your bill and your ID and you can get a tool that will help lower your energy costs and keep cool.
This basically to help the CNMI people, because you know how it is, like the powers going up, basically a lot of commodities are going up, so them using the fan will basically conserve their usage of aircon. You know, you can just use the fan, save them a little bit with electricity. Right? Hi, hello. Rosario.
Rose White says she's happy to get a fan and happy to keep everyone on their toes.
I want to make sure that they have snacks also over there.
Auntie, what do you think about this program, giving out fans to the
I think this is an excellent program. And I'm glad I called yesterday because some of them don't even know what to do. I called yesterday. I did. And they go, because I asked them, where are you going to start the line? He goes, oh no, we didn't even know about that. I called yesterday. And I'm glad that they started early today, right?
Cretan Vorg is the Deputy Executive Director for the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation.
As a continuation of Public Power Week, CUC is proud to support the Energy Task Force initiative of distributing electric fans to the customers of CUC within the CNMI. This will help reduce electric usage in the home, therefore saving fuel and saving the environment. So this event is sponsored by the Energy Task Force to distribute 1,000 electric fans each day for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, here in Susupe, as well as on Tinian Rhoda in the near future. So customers should bring their CUC bill, as well as some valid ID showing your CNMI residency, and get in line and be distributed a fan.
There are just under 20,000 voters registered in the Commonwealth. Garapan has the most voters with 3,058, followed closely by Cagman with 2,975. Who has more registered voters, Rhoda or Tinian? Well, if you say Rhoda, you're correct. 1,852 registered to vote on Rhoda. Tinian has 1,680. Absentee ballot applications close this Friday at midnight.
A total of 1,668 voters have requested for absentee. 1,542 have been mailed. The 126 we're still reviewing, and those will be sent out tomorrow. The deadline for absentee is October 14th. My message to the voters is, get in your absentee requests or come down to our office if you are leaving before early voting, and request for an over-the-counter ballot.
Commonwealth Election Commission says requests for absentee ballots go through a review process.
We get a lot in a day. We can get 60 to 70 requests, so those are reviewed, meaning we check if they're still registered, are they registered off island. There's a process that goes through, and then the files are manually pulled out, the registration, and attached to their application.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle. United Airlines has dropped fares drastically from Tokyo to Saipan on the new direct service. United announced a fare sale yesterday with round-trip airfares as low as 39,000 yen, which translates to about $306 round trip from Narita. The direct service from Tokyo to Saipan operates 3 days per week. Initial demand has been low. The fare sale works only out of Narita, not from flights that originate here in Saipan, and the fare sale is good through the middle of December. Mariana's Visitors Authority helped launch the direct service, part of the Trip Japan program, and tourists coming from Japan also can receive 2 rounds of golf as part of the incentive or free scuba diving. This was done to encourage the resumption of travel between the two cities. Tickets do need to be booked on these promotional airfares by October the 17th. United says the fares are part of a thank you for 45 years of service in Micronesia. Attitude is everything. A local business owner takes this message to the Rotary Club.
Attitude flows downhill, okay? Whatever management is dishing out today, be exactly what your customers get.
Jim Aronofsky, who runs Shell stations on Saipan along with a training business, says attitude is 50% of doing a good job.
It's interesting that people are usually hired for their hard skills, what they know, what they've been educated, and they are fired for the lack of soft skills like attitude. So it must be important. Okay? And it must be something as business leaders in the community that we need to start looking at our businesses or businesses we're associated with or businesses that we attend to try to improve that.
Aronofsky says a yes attitude will allow you to see the positive even when facing tough situations.
Yes, people are not defensive. They welcome challenge. Okay?
How do you become a yes type of person?
Believe in yourself. Okay? Learn from your failures and invest in yourself, not necessarily money, but time.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
Members of the public had the chance to become a firefighter for a day during the return of the Saipan Mustard Challenge. It was held Saturday morning at the airport field in Dandan.
Is the stuff, the basic performance skills a firefighter needs to do, which is what we at ARF and what defense does. So thank you for taking up the courage. relay teams will go first. So the way this is going to work is, if you haven't done the check-in, you're going to go to check-in. So Firefighter Santos, make sure that you guys have registered. As soon as she confirms you're registered, you can go to the fitting tent with Firefighter Alibi, and that's where you guys are going to get your fit. If you have no gear that fits you, we're going to wait till the current relay team gets off, doffs their gear, and then you guys get to pick that gear out.
There are group and individual categories, including the first ever all women's groups who are wearing the firefighter's uniform and have to complete all 6 challenge stations. Kelvin Fidiel, Joshua Castro, Phil David, Shane Alvarez, and Daniel Ogamura of Team Beastmate topped the team category and finished the course in just 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
Ready? You want to walk, trust me, you don't want to run.
Let's go.
Come on. Be careful.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Throw over shoulder.
Be careful. Very slippery. Serpentine all the way around.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Be careful on those first in.
Come on. Let's go. Tap.
Second place, Team Youth Affairs Office. They are Javin Okawa, Harry Moses, Jonas Okawa, Eloy Cruz, and Mark Neek with a time of 3 minutes and 54 seconds.
Watch your step, don't slip.
Keep going. Take your time. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Come on. Shoot. Tap.
Brad Rosala, Simon Necessito, Jimmy Jacino, and Phil Gassis of Team Fagaga Fighters finished third with a time of 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Right behind you. Right here. Look up here. Good pace.
Almost there.
Right here, man. Good pace. Let's go. Halfway there.
Meanwhile, the all-women team of Kathy Rosala, Evelyn Pangilinan, Leigh Gassis, Tiffany Santos, and Janika Taimanyaw of Team Women Power finished the course in 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
Tap. Up that PSI. Let's go. Shoot the cone.
In the solo category, Vince Torres, a firefighter himself, ruled the category by finishing the course in 4 minutes and 5 seconds, followed by Kelvin Fidio with a time of 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Javin Okawa completed the top 3 with a time of 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Firefighter Edward Delacruz has this to say about the Muster Challenge exhibition.
It's Fire Prevention Month. This was the first time that CPA-ARF has led an event for Fire Prevention Month, and we chose the Firefighters Obstacle Course. We wanted the public to be able to get down, get in our gear, wear the full firefighting gear, put on the air pack, and do our firefighting functions and performances to understand what we go through on a daily basis or what is expected of the job.
And here are some highlights from this event.
Let's go.
You're right there.
Almost there.
Get there.
Let's go. Okay, drop. Let's go. You're almost there. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Omar. Pull. Bring it in. Woo! Tap. Up that PSI. Let's go. Shoot the cone. Let's go.
event is hosted by the Commonwealth Ports Authority Aircraft Rescue and Firefighting in partnership with the Department of Fire and Emergency Medical Services.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Ghost Gym, and today I want to go over some exercises that you can easily apply into your current exercise program. Now I have here with me Vince, and he's going to be demoing some of those exercises. Now the first one today is going to be a one-arm dumbbell row. Before I have Vince here execute a few reps, what we want to remember with virtually any exercise is your setup. If you start in a bad position, it's not going to look good, and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common mistake with here is obviously a rounded upper back, and as you can see, he's not very rigid or stable. So what we're gonna do is correct that just a little bit. So his supporting arm and his leg that's supported on the bench as well we wanna lock that in. Open up that leg a little bit to allow for a better path on that dumbbell. With the elbows coming up way too high, you can see the shoulders riding forward, and that's not what we want. So ideally, what you wanna think about is pulling with your elbows and stopping right at the midline of your body. So in this position right here, you can feel his entire upper back along with his core.
Cloudy with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall, south wind 14 to 21 miles per hour with gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy with showers likely and possibly thunderstorms. South winds 13 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. High of 84, low of 76, humidity 82% tomorrow. Looking at mostly cloudy with showers and possibly thunderstorms. Southeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24 miles per hour. Expect a high of 85 and a low of 76. Flash flood watch in effect in Saipan and Tinian until late Thursday night. Excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Flooding may also occur in poor drainage and urban areas. The marine forecast, fresh to strong south to southwest winds and combined seas of 6 to 8 feet are expected through Friday. South to southwest winds 15 to 25 knots, wind waves 3 to 5 feet, mixed swell east 3 to 5 feet, and southwest 4 feet. Small craft advisory remains in effect in Rota, Tinian, and Saipan coastal waters until 6 p.m. on Friday. Sunrise at 6:08 a.m., sunset 5:58 p.m., high tide at 8:38 p.m., and low tide 3:25 p.m.